Hey guys, welcome back once again to Serene Pod with myself, Mark, and
Selin.
Yes, we are here once again to have some amazing conversations to create an environment of serenity, hence the name, and also to get to know someone very, very special, someone who I've just met today, but seems to know quite a few people that I know, and I feel like we've got a bit of a brotherhood. Do you know what I mean? A real connection. And so I think obviously we'll explore that a bit more. But before we do that, we obviously have to do our updates and find out how everybody's been. So, Selin, how you been?
Yeah, good. I feel like I'm getting like loads of bookings for drama therapy.
There we go, booked and busy.
Great. But when I graduated and I became a drama therapist, I always said I want to put this on the map because not a lot of people know what drama therapy is.
Yeah.
So I made it my mission to put it on the map and share with the world that this is what it is and how great it is compared to alternative therapies, because talking therapy is different. So I'm really happy that I feel like that exposure is happening now and I'm getting loads of bookings, and also not just for me but for other drama therapists as well. But I do feel like I might have to look into cloning myself because it feels like I'm only one person. I can't do everything.
Yeah.
So, there's lots of great things coming. But I don't know if you know how to clone, then that would be great.
Yeah, no, unfortunately I don't. But no, that sounds really dope.
Yeah.
That sounds really, really amazing. Have you been doing, or has there been anything you've done recently that's been really interesting or really out of the box or random or
I'm back in a school environment.
Oh, nice.
Which I absolutely love because I miss going into a school. Obviously, that's my background, so I love it. I love going into school. I have 2 students that I'm doing drama therapy there with, and I absolutely love being in the environment.
Yeah.
And it's very lively, a lot of energy going on in there. And then I'm starting into another school as well. So, I'm enjoying being in a school environment because I haven't been in a school for years. So I'm enjoying that. And it's very different from the other work that I do. So, I'm really enjoying just being in the environment. Teachers are lovely as well. It's very refreshing. Nice. Yeah. How about you?
How about me? Updates. Not much. I couldn't say much has happened. I couldn't say too much has happened. It's been an interesting month with everybody going back to school. Even for me, because I teach once a week or twice a week kind of now. Going back to teaching has been interesting, and it's a whole new year, a whole new bunch of students. So that's kind of interesting. And then there's a lot of stuff I've been like waiting on. So that's been kind of hard because there's a lot of stuff, like really big opportunities that I've been having conversations about for months. And I felt like September was kind of the month that everything was going to be settled.
Right.
And the reality is we're now going into October. So with some stuff not being settled, it's a bit annoying and a bit frustrating. But other than that, I'm just trying to be a bit more... be a bit more present. And I have this really bad habit of not taking care of myself if life isn't lining up or if things ain't like on point, like everything's not, fixed. So this is the first time, I'll be honest, where things are a bit like up in the air, but I'm committing to like trying to be on point with myself regardless. So still going to the gym. So today's day 91, 92. One of those days.
Well done.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. So still going to the gym every day, like still trying to eat better, etc. And just committing to doing those things because I'm like, regardless of what's happening outside of my world, I can control what's happening internally. And it helps. It helps mentally. But I think not much has changed. It's just me trying to come to grips with the fact that I'm not in control of everything. I think that's been very big the last month. So But hey, it's not about me today.
No.
We have an amazing guest. I'll let Selin introduce.
So this person I have worked with at the Youth Justice and is also personally my friend. So I'm really honoured to introduce Jonny, who is our guest today. Welcome, Jonny.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Okay, fantastic. Jonny, obviously we've just met.
Yeah.
And for most of the people that are watching or some of our audience, some might know you, but some might not. So it would be amazing to just get a bit of background on who Jonny is and what does Jonny do.
Ooh, you put me on the spot here. Boy, who is Jonny? Jonny is someone who grew up in South London, gone through a bit of traumatic things in life, but has never given up. Mm-hmm. I've learned to lean on people, be open to learning new things. And I think that's what made me and Selene even get even closer. Mm-hmm. Like, i.e. learning about drama therapy. Before that, didn't know what that was. Mm-hmm. And being able to be my authentic self and pass it on to younger people. Mm. What do I do? I'm a youth justice case manager. I'm also really into fitness lately because that's one of the things that helped me deal with my trauma. And I'm just locked in, like literally just come back from a fitness retreat, a gym busy one, and feel refreshed. I'm just raring to go to do anything right now. So yeah.
See, I knew we had something. I knew we had a connection. I could sense the fitness, you know. It would be good to know more about the youth justice, because from someone else might listen and think, oh, it's like a youth justice, it's like a superhero, like, you know what I mean? Like it sounds so big and extravagant and like serious. But what exactly is it that you do, and what is the youth justice like? What, you know?
So funny enough, when I say youth justice, a lot of people don't understand what that is. So for me to break it down, depending on who it is, I'll either say I'm a probation officer for under 18s, or I'm a social worker who works with kids who are involved in crime. So just to be easy and when I'm telling people, and that entails me working with different young people. I think the youngest person I've ever worked with was 11.
Wow.
Up until 19 because they had additional needs. So we get referred different cases through the council, i.e. could be stuff to do with knives, young people getting exploited criminally, or just kids that are on the cuffs or going to custody as well. So there's not one shoe fits all kind of things. It's all different. Every day is different. Every young person is different as well. And then depending on what their order they might get like a youth caution, which is something that comes onto their DBS, but it's classed as just a youth caution, which could be something like maybe like cannabis, but having that numerous times on them, for example. Then we might have a young person coming in as a youth conditional caution, which is mainly kids with knives and weapons like knuckle dusters and stuff like that. And if they get an order like that, they need to work with someone like myself for like a 12 to 16 week period, and we try to reintroduce positive things, try to change their attitude, thinking, and behaviour. Like the common thing that we hear a lot is like, I've got a knife for safety purposes, not knowing that I do understand why you might have it, why you think like that. However, this increases your risks and makes you more vulnerable to being a victim. Yeah. And a lot of them don't understand that. And then you can easily go to custody, like you could die. There's so many things, but they're so tunnel vision most times that they don't see the other stuff that could happen to them. Then we've got more serious stuff that can go on to like working with someone for 2 years or working with someone in custody for a lot longer, depending on their age.
Yeah, so me and Jonny worked quite closely on some cases. So with the case managers, they would refer to me for drama therapy, and then I would meet their young people and do therapeutic work with them. And there was a few that we had quite challenging times with because of engagement or just because of systemic things that are happening as well within the youth justice and just generally with young people in education and everything. So my question to you is there any struggles within the system that you're facing as a youth justice manager?
I think there's always struggles. My main struggle that I would say is, and I think I learned this being older as well, that everything you go through that might come across negative, there's always something you need to talk about. For example, the trauma. Like a lot of parents don't understand what trauma is. I didn't understand what trauma is until I met you, even though I've been trauma-informed trained as well. So when you're telling a young person that, hey, for example, I've been chased with a knife, I've got away, but every time they see another group of boys, their heart is racing, or they don't want to go elsewhere, and you're thinking, this is trauma. But when you're trying to speak to them, and because it's voluntary, they don't understand how useful it is, because they just think, I'm just going to chat to someone, they're going to tell me how I should feel, but it's deeper than that. So trying to tell the young person that, trying to tell their family that, and what trauma does is it breeds more offending, because now you're in like a flight mode. So you're just thinking, as long as I survive today, I'm going to be good. But how many days are you going to survive before something massive happens? Do you know what I mean? So I feel like that's the biggest thing for me personally.
Wow.
I'm not having enough like case managers who deal with the trauma stuff, because a lot of youth justice services have a lot of CAMS, for example. A young person who sees CAMS, you know what that stands for?
What's CAMS?
Tell us.
Do you know CAMS?
No.
No. It's the Children and Adolescent Mental Health Service,
Got you.
which is a free service for the youth justice.
Okay.
And they go on a waiting list, but it's talking therapy. So it's CBT, it's talking therapy. So it's a completely different approach to what I do.
Got you.
Yeah.
So, and no disrespect to them CAMS workers, there's a lot of great ones as well. But when you see CAMS and you tell a young person CAMS, they're like, no. For some reason, they have a negative stigma to hearing about CAMS. I don't want to sit down and talk to someone. They don't understand what I'm going through, what I've gone through. Then it's like, okay, but what else am I supposed to do? So luckily, we had drama therapy. So when you're talking to a young person and their family, I think you need to have this therapy. You might as well take it while you can. It's free, because a lot of adults end up paying for this and it's expensive.
Yeah.
So here it is. And they'll be like, not sitting with CAMS. And I said, I never said CAMS. I'm going to let you speak to my friend who's a drama therapist. What's drama therapy? When you meet her, you'll understand. I'm not going to tell you. You got to do it. Then most times, everyone I referred to, they actually got on with you.
Yeah.
There was changes. It might not be straight away, but their thinking was always changed within a couple of weeks. And it was always positive to see.
That's amazing. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
For doing such a great job with drama therapy. I think this is a great it's a great insight into what you're doing as well as what the youth justice system is doing. I would love to know more about your background, because it's interesting for you to be in the position that you're in, coming from where you're from. It could be assumed that it would be easier to have ended up in any other environment or end up similar to some of the young people that you might be dealing with. So how did you get from where you are to there? Do you get what I'm saying? What was that journey like?
Well, complicated, I'll say. Obviously, I'm from South London, and previously I used to work in a law firm, for example, as a paralegal, as a criminal law paralegal. And I remember helping some young people that were actually a bit younger than me, but they were from our ends. So when they were telling us about the case, for example, because they were inside, I think they had like a 20-year stretch, and they were probably like 7 years into it. So the engagement was peaking with their solicitors and stuff, because they're thinking, I've got another 13 years, no one cares about me, blah, blah, blah. Then as I was doing like the paperwork, the conversations with them, I was then becoming the mediator between the solicitors and the offenders. And what I kept hearing is like, I wish I had someone like you growing up. And I'm telling them, but I'm no one special. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, me and you, there's not much difference, you know what I'm trying to say? You might have just been caught for something that I haven't done. Like, let's just be real. I'm just a normal person. And they're like, no, you need to have more credit, take more credit in what you're doing. So one Christmas come now, and for some reason I got bare gifts from a lot of the prisoners and that. And I'm thinking, me? Like, they made me feel special, you know what I'm trying to say? And then I got one card from one of them in like a maximum security prison, and they said, you know what, please just try and mediate and help the younger generation. That's all I'm going to ask you for. Then you know what, I was like, cool, a lot of people are getting stabbed on the news them times there, and I thought, something kept telling me, you know what, try it. I'm very relatable, I'm good at talking. So I said, cool, you know what, I'm going to try it. And I went to like another organisation where they were working with kids in gangs and exploitation. But I was there for like maybe like 3-4 years. But the only problem was it was voluntary. So you're looking at the young person and their family who their family are crying for help, but the young person not agreeing that there's nothing much I can do. So obviously I was getting a lot of frustrated because I'm the kind of person who'll take the work home with me.
Yeah.
Like I could be on a Saturday thinking about football, then oh no, like how's my man doing? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And there was one time when I was working there, it was Christmas Eve, and I'm the kind of person I don't turn off my work phone, even though that's why I probably get burnt out all the time. The kid messaged me on Christmas Eve saying that, I'm sorry to disturb you, I'm hungry. I'm like, what? You know, I'm looking at the phone like, it's like 7 p.m. And I'm thinking, I'm calling one of my managers, he's not answering. Calling someone else, he's not answering. I'm thinking Christmas Eve. Then I just called one of my good friends. I said, you know what, do you think I can get in trouble for this? And what my idea was, do you know what, it's Christmas Eve. I'm at home with my family. He's in a very, how can I put this, toxic environment at home with like an older brother who technically doesn't live there, but he's just living there just for the paper reasons, innit?
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, Christmas Eve, I'm going to go to KFC quickly and I'm going to buy him the biggest mega bucket. So at least he's got food today and he's got food tomorrow, because obviously I'm not going to really leave my house on Christmas because I think that's cutting it a bit fine. So I'd done that, dropped it on the doorstep, and I said, look, when we come back on like maybe Boxing Day on the 27th, I'll speak to my manager, hopefully he'll get back to me. Then he started crying, and I'm thinking, hey, I'm starting to get shivers, and I'm thinking, this is one kid out of how many that actually wants the support, do you know what I mean? Obviously, God thankfully, we actually got him the support he needed, and he was good after weeks of complaining and stuff like that. Then I said, you know what? I'm good at what I do, not to sound big-headed. I need to go somewhere where they are kind of forced to work with me. Then talking to other people, they were like, you know what, you need to go to a youth justice service where if they don't engage, there's going to be consequences. Hearing the word consequences, I was like, consequences like what? They're like, okay, depending on what kind of order they're on, if they don't work with you, like after 3 strikes, they could end up in custody. And I'm thinking, not because I'm sending no one to jail, like, that's dead. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to try a thing. So I went there, and I've just been there for like 5-6 years.
Wow.
Just helping out people as much as I can.
Wow.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And I feel like my selling point, because when they see me, like my real name is Jonathan, innit?
Yeah.
I'll never forget my first case. I was in a waiting room and I was working with a girl. Then they were saying that you got a new case manager called Jonathan. And she's like, I don't want no old white man. What the hell's this? He don't know what I'm going through, blah, 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 blah. Then I just stepped in when it was my time to step in. I stepped in my Jordan 4s. And the first thing she saw was like, raw, like, she's this kind of thing, innit? He's your mentor. Then my manager introduced me as, no, that's your case manager. She looked at me, because obviously I'm kind of different. I'll wear a trackie or hoodie. Like them times I think I was wearing Daily Paper or Chapstar, whatever in it like I wanted to wear and what I'm comfortable I was going to wear. Then as soon as she saw me, she's like, no, you really look like a Jonny, man. Like, I feel like you look like my older cousin Jonny. Then that just kind of stuck with me. And then because she saw me as relatable with the locks and stuff, and she's thinking, you know what, we got on like a house on fire. And before me, she was on the cuffs to go in custody. So we just kind of reeled her back in, and then I thought, you know what, Johnny's more relatable. I just kind of just kept it with that.
Wow.
I didn't even know that story, by the way.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that story about you, but that's amazing. The fact that you took time on Christmas Eve to switch your mobile on and see that, I'm glad that you did.
Thank you.
I know we always talk about boundaries as well, but I'm glad that you did, because the fact that that young person was starving and needed food, that was meant to happen. You was meant to be on the path that you're on now. And I see that a lot with the young people. When we go down to a reception area, it's like a waiting area, and they'll meet me or they'll meet Jonny. The first thing they'll do is scan you and say, okay, can I relate to this person? And if they can't, they'll just shut off. I'm not going to come in. And we've seen that with some other 100%. People that work there. But with us, like, we're very conscious about what we're wearing. First thing they'll check is always trainers. I've had many times boys be like, oh yeah, I like your trainers. Yeah, I'll try therapy. So like those things that you're conscious about, is really good that you're conscious about it. So then you can start building a rapport with the young person before you're helping them with their case. Yeah.
That's dope. It's interesting, especially knowing the origin of Jonny. What I would love to know is a bit more about Jonathan and Jonathan as a child and as a teenager. What was Jonathan like at those ages?
Jonathan's the oldest out of 3.
Oh, okay.
Jonathan was the headache child. I'm not going to lie. Like, I used to give my parents headache. Anything negative that happened, it come from me first, i.e. getting arrested, getting the front door kicked off. Like, I remember I put my mum through a lot of stuff. However, still am one of the most loyal people you ever meet. I'm funny, I ride for my friends, and that also got me in a lot of trouble because if I met you today and say if I saw you and something's happening to you, I'm saying, nah, that's my cousin. I don't even know you probably, like, you could have done something mad and I'm thinking, I'm now taking on your problems, but I know that's Selin's people, that's my people now. And yeah, Jonathan's also someone who went college, got kicked out of his first college. Like, when I mean the negative thing, my parents are thinking, I've never been kicked out of college because I'm Nigerian as well. So how did you, like, why are you doing this? We come to give you a better life.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm just thinking, like, you don't know what's going on like, on the ends kind of thing. Like, I'm just doing what I need to do to kind of, like, protect myself. Like, that's what I'm kind of dealing with. So, yeah, Jonathan also went to uni. Jonathan had the kids. Dropped out of uni. Took me 12 years to back and forth to finish uni. I recently just finished a couple months ago and I graduated. So I'm the kind of person, I'll take a setback and just have a major comeback later, and I'll always kind of talk to the young people about that as well, that no matter what you start, try and finish it. It might take you 3 years, might take someone else 5 months, but as long as you get it done, finish it. And yeah, I'm a funny guy as well. So yeah.
Oh, why do you think it was that you were maybe acting out in your younger years? What was what do you think was the triggers and the reasons for some of that behaviour?
Do you know, I recently found out, after struggling with my dissertation, that I'm dyslexic. I got diagnosed very, very late. So a lot of my problems, I'm dyslexic, but I'm actually quite smart. But if there's too much stuff in front of me, I'm like, no, this is too much.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to act out kind of thing. And like, especially when it comes to numbers. So obviously my parents, they were on like this numbers. You got to be sharp at maths. That was the word. You have to be sharp. You have to be this. You have to be that. And I'm doing this. I'm thinking, I'm getting slapped in my face for not answering a simple question. But I'm thinking, I can't see the answer. Do you know what I mean? So when you're getting punished for like not knowing some stuff, I'm just having more somewhat resentment towards education to a certain degree. Also, I feel like I gravitate towards the more negative people because I always see the best in people, innit? So those are still my friends. Like, my parents used to say, oh, no, they're not good friends, but they ain't never done nothing to me, so they're good to me, do you know what I mean? And also at the same time, when my parents, they've just come from Nigeria, so they don't know what London life and Nigeria life is, two different things.
Yeah.
So I'm paving my way for myself. As the oldest, I'm not ever going to be, like, not to use the word, but I'm not ever going to be a if you think I'm going to be a that means you think you can bully my brother, that means you can bully my sister. So as long as I put a name down for myself, they should be cool. So I used to like kind of move like that as well. And at the same time as well, like, if the people you're gravitating towards are on certain things, you're going to be on it as well. And that's how I was just moving, to be fair.
Wow, interesting.
Playing protector for your siblings as well in the household.
Funny thing, I still do it with the kids in court. Like, I will argue with a judge, you know. Like, I'll be getting told, like, get out, or I'm getting this and that. But I'm thinking, if I don't say it, no one else ain't going to say it. So I hate going home thinking, I should have said this, I should have said that.
Fact.
Whatever happens, happens. Like, I'm going to say what I need to say and I'll deal with the consequences after.
Yeah. That's, wow, okay. The other question I had, and I feel like I'm just asking weird questions, but, you know, Jonny's very interesting to me.
Yeah, go on.
The other question I did have was, could you remember a moment, or can you remember a moment that was a turning point where you went from kind of maybe doing the wrong things, going on a path that probably wasn't that great, and then you were like, okay, you know what, I need to switch this up. This ain't gonna work.
You've read my mind. That was going to be my question.
See, we in tune.
Yeah, we are. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like there's more than one. I feel like... Can I incriminate myself? No, I'm joking.
Don't worry, everything you say is alleged.
Yeah, so I'll never forget the day before I started college, I was walking down my area, minding my own business, and I bumped into my brethren who's like a couple of years younger than me. And we're just talking, like, oh, where you going? I was like, I'm probably going to go get some clothes for college, because you're thinking, like, I need to change up the drip for college. And it's summertime. So I remember seeing these 3 boys on pedal bikes and at the end of the road, but you're just thinking, like, area, everyone's on pedal bikes, you know what I mean? No one, like, that's how we got around. And they're circling, I was minding my own business. And I remember just talking to my friend, and then the boys come up to us, and my bedroom was a lot more, like, involved than me in it. He didn't go to school, so he had a lot more time. So if he didn't know them, I knew there was a problem. So they were like, well, go on, fam. Then I saw his reaction. He's like, yeah, what you saying? I was like, what's going on here? Do you know what I mean? Then they looked like maybe like 2 years younger than me. Then both of them jumped off the bikes, literally pulled out these big Rambos and chased us. And I remember, like, we were almost in a dead end. And so one person went that way, one person went that way. I'm just like, U-turn going that way. I'm in an estate kind of thing, but there was gates here. So if you go through that gate, you're going someone's like back garden. That makes any sense. One of them houses. So one of the boys ran. I'm following him, like swearing like all my days. Then he ran into the house here, and it was like it's like the big glasses so you can see through it. And he shut the door. And I'm screaming. I'm banging like, help, help. And these times, I was sweating, but I dropped as well. So I'm thinking, like, obviously, when you're growing up, you're thinking, if you're sweating, if you feel something cold on your back or something, you must have got hit. So I'm screaming like, I've never screamed like that in my life, like, open up, and they're just, the boy and the dad are like, sorry. And I'm thinking, like, I just closed my eyes, I'm just thinking, you know what, I'm done.
Yeah.
But I just remember someone else shouting like some swear words and that, and they all ran off. That I'm like shaking like for time, like this for time. That my bedroom that I was with, like, it was telling me to calm down. I was like, no, check my back. And literally there was a cut through the jacket, like a thin jacket, but there was nothing on me.
Wow.
And literally that was down the road from my house, so I would have to come out that little cul-de-sac and go left. But I was too shook to go left. So I went to my cousin's house, so I done the right and just legged it. I've never run it so fast like that in my life. I remember running through the grass, stepping on poo, everything. I didn't even know. So when I'm knocking on my cousin's door, I dropped my phone, I didn't have nothing. Banging on like, open up. Then he let me in. Then I'm telling him, you know, you're just jumping up and down like hearts like racing. Then obviously when everything's settled, he's like, what's that smell? I was like, I don't know. Then when I was check my chain, was like, there was bare dog poo. And I was like, bro, that was going through it, innit? And that, my cousin lived like 5 minutes from my house. I was so sure I had to take a cab home. Yeah. That's how bad it was. And I said, you know what, this is just long. I'm minding my own business. I'm not even involved like that. I'm getting chased and I could have just died, you know what I mean? So yeah, and it was like before college.
Wow.
And what did that do for your mindset? What was the kind of internal dialogue?
Boy, that this is long, that my brethren's bedroom would have seen me get stabbed in front of them. I'm not wanting to do nothing. To me, that's mad. Because me, if I see something going on now on road, I will jump into defend someone to like, just to diffuse it. That person would be happy for me to get killed in their garden and then what, do you know what I mean? And then, even though I don't practice what I preach, but you just got to look after the people that look after you, do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Wow. That's like a movie moment.
Yeah.
I like visually could see it while he was telling us the story. And also I've heard very similar stories at the Youth Justice with the boys that we work with. So yeah, I can see why you're working there and the road that has taken you there. And I'm glad that shift happened for you, where you just had that internal dialogue to not continue on that path but make a change.
You know what the maddest thing was, I was so shook going out. I used to take a cab. I'm not working them times as well, so I'm using my pocket money to get around. And it was like £5 cabs all the time them times. I'm taking £5 cabs everywhere to get out of my local area. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I'm thinking, reflecting on it, that was my first PTSD moment and anxiety. Anybody that was wearing a hood
Right.
or had a dog. Obviously, I got a dog later on because I just said, I'm not having this. Like, if I see them down the road, I'm taking the left. Or I'm doing the right. I'm doing something else because no one's putting me through there because I wasn't a knife carrier or nothing like that. So if I bump into someone and there's nowhere to run, I'm done. That's how I used to see it. So I'll take something that will take me 2 minutes. I'd rather take the 15-minute route instead or take a cab.
So are you still in the same area now?
Yeah.
Has anything changed, or do you see those things still happening?
I don't see it no more, but they knocked down the area and rebuilt it, so gentrification's taken over. So yeah.
That is interesting. What made you say no to carrying a weapon? Because I know for me, I had similar experiences at that age and that kind of teenage age. And I'll be honest, it made me carry a weapon for a period of time because there was just a lot of fear. And I always admired those that chose not to, because although those that did, like myself, felt like, yeah, we're the big men out here, do you know what I'm saying, we're protected. Really, we were doing it because we were scared for our lives, you know what I mean? That was kind of the mindset that, something might happen to me or whatever. And it's until someone told me what you said, which is that actually, you could get into a fight and drop it and someone now deal with you. That's what made me go, oh my gosh, you're right. And, if you've got something like that on you, you have to be willing to use it. And I knew in my heart of hearts, I weren't. So what made you not do that and just kind of stay the way you were and just still, survive the environment?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't say I didn't carry it like that. I did, because when I went to college, because that just happened just before college, and we were going to college in another area that was kind of like hot at the time. So I was carrying it. I said, because we could go Sunday market them times and just get a cheap, good thing in them eyes, like for like a tenner. And like they would sell it to us. Then when we had beef in college, for no reason, I said, you know what, I'm gonna carry my thing on me. I did. But like you said, deep down, I wasn't going to use it. And for me, it was more like if I bring it out, like you're going to settle. You're going to go to someone else who hasn't got something. You're going to trouble them. That's what I thought. But then there's a time when I didn't have it on me and I seen someone else have one and I see it get slapped out of their hand or kicked out of their hand. And the person picks it up and they stab that person. I was like, ooh. Yeah, this is long. Like, this is just long. Like me, I was always kind of athletic, so I could run. Or if I want to fight, I could fight at the time. More or less, it was more like if someone's going to come with me a knife and I can't run, I'm just going to start trying to kick them kind of thing. Just make it hard for them to be thinking this is long and you know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, and in my heart, like just seeing that damage that a knife could cause someone, I went on it, man. I wasn't ever trying to catch a body by accident. Because everyone will be telling you, oh, you just stab them in the bum, stab them like that. Okay, you go and do it and you hit the artery. Like, my luck ain't like that, do you know what I mean? Like, so I'd rather not put myself in that predicament. So yeah.
Yeah, people are just stabbing and they don't even know where the arteries are in the body and they're just going for whatever. And then you don't know, no, you're on a murder case. We've seen a lot of that.
A lot of the young people that I've worked with, it's usually, especially when they do something like that, there's a level of like shock to their own system of like, what did I just do? Like, okay. Like you never kind of, and I've always thought that you never really realise what you're doing until you really, now you're there and you've done it. And now you got that label on you and you're like, and it's something that I don't think you ever really just live down or, it just disappears.
And people think that you can predict what's going to happen. You can't, because if someone's got a knife, you think the last thing this person's going to do is charge at me. And you could freeze and you got it and they charge into the knife. Then now what? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I think it's a clear message for those young people to not carry weapons. Because honestly, it's something I've always regretted and always thought to myself, what a dangerous thing to do. And I only realised it when I was older, that, wow, this was stupid. Like, it was common though.
Yeah, but it was very common, especially, it was very, very normal. But, it's almost like my brain, especially because I was young, didn't comprehend how dangerous this really was, And I think a lot of young people are like that too. They don't know. But I think it's amazing what you're doing and what you do. What do you see the future of what you do looking like? Even if it's not with Youth Justice, like where do you see yourself going in this space?
Going broke.
Okay.
Because, like, jokes aside, like, you would want to go above and beyond, but sometimes you can't because of funding issues, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you'll be thinking, if I know this young person or his family really needs this, I'll sacrifice something for myself, for me, to make sure they get it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Long-term wise, I'm not really too sure, but what I would love to see, and what I have seen actually, is like when you're working with young people, dropping in little seeds that blossom later on in life. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's one kid I worked with when I was in another borough. He was high risk because he was diabetic, so he would go missing, not take his medicine, and he would just pass out and stuff. So I bumped into him at the hairdressers, and he's like, "Oh, do you know who I am?" But you know these kids, they grow quick, so he's taller than me now. And he was wearing like a face mask, like when we were in COVID. So it's like, do you know who I am? I was thinking, does this guy want me to punch him in the face? Like, who's he trying to check in a barber shop? Do you know what I mean? Like, hairdressers. I'm like, no, like, wow, what are you on? Like, what do you want to do? He's like, no, it's my name. And he said his name. I was like, nah. Then he pulled his mask down. I'm like, oh my day, like, long time. He's like, oh, I'm in uni now. Like, let me call my dad quickly. And his dad was in Nigeria at the time. So he FaceTimed his dad. His dad started praying for me, like, just saying, thank you. You saved my son. I thought like I was going to lose him. And I just need to be fair, I need to link up with him again properly. But just seeing that, made me appreciate them hard days where you're going home late and just arguing, effing and blanding on the way home. Just see that one person say, I'm in uni now, I don't do what I do. And so just do a bit more of that.
Is that the young person that has stayed with you? Because I know you've worked with a lot of young people in the Youth Justice. Is that the young person that stayed with you, or is there someone else or a few other that's you've got in your mind that, oh, do you know what, this has happened, and that one's staying with you?
I feel like he's one of them. Like, we share a close one as well. And his progress that he made, like, that makes me proud. It makes me feel like I'm I wouldn't even say a dad to him, but like a big older brother, proud one. And his journey's been so long, but I only jumped onto it like maybe the last couple of years of it. So he's someone I'll always remember.
Definitely.
There's a few in custody right now that I'm never going to forget because they were so adamant that they were going to bust that M charge. And to be fair, they didn't really do much about it, but that whole joint enterprise thing, and we kept telling them as well, like, be easy. All they kept saying, I'm a civilian, and laughing, I'm a civilian. Them civilians are in jail on the M charge, you know what I mean? And they got life, so now what?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Gosh, it's tough, man.
I struggle with the whole funding thing because, the past couple months I haven't been at the Youth Justice because funding has been lost for the drama therapy at that service, and I was there for 3 years. So, I struggle with that with the systems that I've worked in, and where they choose to put the funding and who they choose to put the funding in.
Because sometimes I don't ask the young people, you know, it's more like what they know, like, for the last 15 years, it's not going to be the same thing that they need, you know what I mean? Kids are changing, trends are changing. The needs and wants of young people are changing. So, and a lot of them was very old-fashioned with it. So, like I said, I only met drama therapy when I met Selin. And now I'll say, you know what, bro, we need drama therapy. You need drama therapy. Like, therapy, not the talking one. Yeah, drama, yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it's even that till today, I miss it. Like, that will always be my first referral. When I get a new case and I see what they've gone through, that seems traumatic, that you don't know that's traumatic. Hey, Selin, I got this case, can you see him quickly? And I'll do the referral form after. Because we had that relationship, it's quick, do you know what I mean? And I feel like I miss out on that service right now.
Wow. I feel like I need drama therapy. Sounds like it would be really good.
I did say that to you before.
It's fine. That's amazing. Is there anything that you would say to any young people that are in the positions of the young people you work with? Is there any message you have for them? And is there any message you have for anybody that is working in the same kind of environments and spaces that you are? with young people.
I feel like you make me sound like a philosopher today.
I feel like you are a philosopher.
You are.
I feel like I make stuff up on the go. Like I'm just got that quick wit. But what I've learned, and I always say to myself and to every person, like even friends at my age as well, is don't watch nothing what someone else is doing. What you don't have today, you can get tomorrow. And what they have today, they might not have tomorrow.
Facts.
Because a lot of these young people, even adults, I've done it, probably still do it sometimes. We chase the fast things when we can just take our time. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I've seen, like, for example, my brother, me and him are opposite. And my brother, he will coast like this, but my brother's up here. Do you get it? When I'm like chasing stuff, I'm like, do you know what I mean? And like, that's a perfect example. And for the professionals, I always luckily to work with a lot of good ones. However, when you get a case, it's for us to present them as young people. Some do, some don't. Like when we go to court and you write a report, as soon as they see a young person, they're like 6'3", they forget that's a young person. What's the word? Adultification.
Yes.
And you're thinking, if you're in this job for a reason, like we got to be passionate, we got to fight, we got to encourage these young people to have their own self-esteem, and they're not going to get it if we're sitting on our fence ourselves, you know what I mean? Let's lead by example, and just take the lead. Once they know you're advocating for them and they're in your corner, they're going to work with you. And there are going to be difficult days. Some of them are going to need consequences to understand, but we can't give up on them, man. They're still young. They're still kids at the end of the day, if they like it or not. So,
I love that.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
Don't give up on them.
Yeah.
So, we usually do like a takeaway at the end of each episode. So, yes, Selin, have you got a takeaway for this episode?
I do. My takeaway is that, first of all, I'm really happy that you're working where you're working.
Thank you.
I feel like it needs more people like you in that type of service. So thank you also for coming on and sharing your story. But my takeaway is that it's never too late to make a change. And, you know, you can make mistakes and that's part of your journey. But there was a point in your life that you made that change once you witnessed what happened to that boy. So, I feel like, change. It's never too late.
Amazing. My takeaway is probably what you said about trauma and what trauma is, and understanding trauma, and how like what happened to you affected how you then moved around the area and, you know, going out and all that kind of stuff. Because I think we grow up and we don't realise, like even when we spoke just before this, we were talking about the dog thing.
Yes.
And me talking about like my experiences with dogs growing up. And then it's made me realise, there may be some like kind of trauma there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think that's something that I'll probably take away and think about. Jonny, got a takeaway?
Well, my takeaway today is you lot are making me appreciate what I've done and what I'm doing. It's making me even feel like, you know, as soon as I get back to what I need to do, I need to go even harder. And just even seeing the amazing things that everyone else is doing, because we could walk past each other, not knowing each other, and be like, how many people she's helped, how many people you've opened up something to, do you know what I'm trying to say? So just appreciating what we do to help the community and other people that we don't even know we are hitting.
Yeah, definitely.
That's amazing, and that's true. That's facts.
And let's not give up on our young people and our next generation.
Facts.
100%. Well, guys, I hope you've had an amazing time having this conversation. Thank you so much, Jonny, again for coming.
Thank you, guys.
Until next time.
Next time.